Hey there everybody, my name is Keno and welcome back to your Montreal Canadiens franchise mode series here on the channel. Now I want to quickly apologize for not putting up videos for the last 2 days. I've just been off trying to finally get better. I don't know if you've been listening, but I've been mentioning the fact that I've been sick for quite a while. I finally got over it. I feel a lot better. Now we're back at it, back into the franchise mode videos daily. We're going to get started here with our Canadiens playthrough. Now in the last one, I was a little upset. I kind of just wanted the video to be over because I couldn't believe that we had as odd of a season as we had, and once again made it to the playoffs just to lose to a team that underperformed in the regular season, barely squeaked in the playoffs, and dominated us. We lost in 5 games to the Columbus Blue Jackets, and if we look here at the playoff tree, we can see that the Blue Jackets actually went to the conference finals against the Rangers, and it's a Rangers team who dominated all the way through until they were finally beaten by the Edmonton Oilers, who beat them for the cup. But you can see that the Rangers won in 6, they won in 5, and then they beat the Blue Jackets in 5. And the Blue Jackets, they didn't go to 7 in any of their series, so it's not like we just one-off lost them. It hurts me to see that the Leafs lost in the first round after whipping our butts last season, but you know what? It is what it is. That season's behind us, but there is some news. The awards are out. Obviously, the cup goes to the Oilers, the Art Ross to Fox, because remember, he had a dominant season. The Hart goes to Fox, the Norris goes to Fox, the Bing goes to Fox, but the Calder goes to our rookie defender, Lane Hutson. That's what I was saying. This guy is a star. I know there was some conflict on whether he should have been medium elite or high top 4. I bet you if we check his trade value and his potential, he's probably medium elite now, but it doesn't matter. This guy just had a point per game season, if I'm not mistaken, as a defenseman in his rookie season. And he wins the Calder for it. Absolutely insanity. Insanity. And then the rest of the winners are Leon Draisaitl with the Conn Smythe, the Vezina to Sorokin, William M. Jennings to Shesterkin, Bill Masterton to Chernak, Jack Adams to the Columbus Blue Jackets goalie, because of course it did, or coach, because of course it did. Of course he wins it. And the Selke to Robert Thomas, Lindsay to Fox, and the Maurice Richard to Matvei Michkov on the Philadelphia Flyers. So very, very interesting turnout. Again, I want to see how everyone performed here. We know that, yeah, Lane Hutson was 81 points in 82 games, Suzuki with 82 and 80. But we had some drop-offs here. Now we have the star, Alex Ovechkin, on our team. We still have Marc-Andre Fleury because he didn't want to retire and it didn't seem right to get rid of him. But you know what? Adin Hill did really well for us. I was thinking between videos about maybe adding another like 1A, 1B goalie. That might still be a possibility given who's available in free agency or at the draft. But I think running with Adin Hill and then maybe Caden Primo, that's not too bad. Or I believe we have another rookie goalie coming up, so it could just be Adin Hill running it. As for the forwards, again, Waugh over 60 points, Marchessault over 60 points, but he is expiring. Caulfield over 60 points, Newhook over 60 points. Ovechkin expiring, but he did great. As a 40-year-old, he did amazing. And then you can't forget the Doc here with 60 points as well. Pharrell, 58 points. Slavkovsky with 47 points, but 32 goals, and he needs a new contract. You know, it was another very solid season from your Montreal Canadiens, and now we sit here on the eve of the 2026 NHL entry draft, and I don't know what we need to do. I don't exactly know what we need to do. I'm going to take a look at who's available, because we do have scouting everywhere. We have Jesper Overgaard, and apparently we don't have a scout here. No, we got no scout in this region? Okay. Gavin McKenna second, Victor Fyodorov third, Owen Monroe as a left defender is fourth. There might be another prospect like Elijah Day or Orlando Eager, but again, what moves do we need to do? We're going to use our handy dandy trick here, go into the stats, and we're going to take a look at the player values. This is again a trick that I use. I've used it for years now, probably since NHL 17. If you're on draft day and you don't want to go into the draft to look at your trade values, that's how I assess my team. I can't really do it to the contract scene. For some reason, my brain just can't comprehend it. But here, I go here, you go trade for asset, and it's available. And the biggest little problem with it is that it has the same trade values that everyone had at the trade deadline. So if a team had they're in the playoff spot and then they fall out and they win the lottery and they go to first overall, even if at the trade deadline they're like they have like projected for the 23rd overall pick, that first overall pick is going to be the value of the 23rd overall pick. It's very nuts. It's very fun sometimes if you want to have little cheatsy-weetsy series. But again, we have some great players here. Now, again, we won't know if Lane Hudson is a medium elite just yet. I'm assuming he is. I mean, look at his individual attributes. Holy crap, he's insane. He's insane. He had a great season for us. And we can't forget Seth Shelley. Although I sent him down to the minors because he was having a rough start to his NHL career, he's coming up next season. Look at that. 52 points in 41 games. And that's not with double time. Logan Hensler might be ready for next season. He's listed as a minor top 2 defender. He might come up. Is it Elijah Rabbit? Ezra Rabbit might be ready for next season. We have so many players in our pipeline. Tim Almgren, Justin Barron, I had to send him down last season because he was doing as bad as he was. We have so many options here. There's definitely going to be some moves in this video. I'm just not sure what right now. I'm upset, I will admit, with Jaden Struble. He does good for us, but he gets angry so fast. And then Arbor Jacki. He's very upset with the team. He did great in that third pairing role, but if he's going to be asking for a lot of money, I'm not paying him that. I'm not paying him that. So we're going to see what we have to do here in this draft. Again, our goalie values. Yeah, Dag might be ready. Vinny might be ready. We might move on from one of them because, you know, Dag's a year younger and 1 overall point better already. So, you know, we could see what we can get for like an Emil Vinny. There's obviously going to be a lot of suitors for him. But if we package him with someone, we could get a pretty decent player. Aside from that, we could take a look at the contracts, see what everyone's asking for. I want to be very prepared here. I want to make sure that we take this team in the right direction. Because this, I don't know if you guys noticed, this is a very, very important day for us, okay? We have now had 2 straight playoff exits, but that's also 2 playoff appearances. One of them being a President's Trophy winning season, okay? We just won the division, if I'm not mistaken, this season. We are a good team. But these moves here, with all of these players needing contracts and the team kind of in our hands, these moves for this offseason will make the most impact on what happens going forward. So if we take a look at Juraj Slafkovsky, yeah, I'm not paying him over $6 million. I know he's a 30 goal scorer, but can you guys understand the factor that he doesn't necessarily need over $6 million? I'm hoping that price drops on the re-sign day, but we'll have to see. Ovechkin asking rightfully for over $8 million for a short-term contract. Okay, Joshua Waugh, I can deal with. Whoa. Okay, we got a little bit of a conundrum here. I want to give him 5 years, $575. Okay, I feel like that is a good contract for him. I might do 5 years, $5.5, but I don't want to mess it up and have him not want to resign. So we're gonna do 5 years, $575 million. I think this will work. I could just pull out my calculator and do the 85% trick, but I'm a little nervous that his asking price is off, given the fact that it dips for this 5th year, but shoots up on these other 2 years. So on a 4-year contract, he's asking for 8.6. On a 6-year contract, he's asking for 9.2. But in the middle, on a 5-year contract, only 6.1. It doesn't make sense. So I don't really want to lowball it too much. We're going to go 5.75. I think that's fair. Again, if you don't know what the 85% trick is, it's another little kind of a cheaty tool. You just take what their asking price is and you times that, I think, by 85%, and that's the number you go with. So it's 8. You can get away with paying them 85% of what they want to, what they want from their asking price. But it only works in the extension field. If you're doing the extension prior to the re-sign phase, that's the only time it works. It does not work in the re-sign phase or in free agency. It only works at the extension point, okay? So we're going to do here 5 years, $5.75 million. Boom, there we go. And then Kirby Dach, I need to bring him back. And he's not asking for anything. Can we do matching 5.75 over 5 years? Like, I could probably get away with a lot cheaper contract for Dach. No, I'm not going to risk it. 5.75 million over 5 years for Kirby Dach. That's baller. Like, I'm going to say it. That's baller right there. No. Marcia, so I don't want to pay you $7 million. You deserve over $6 million more than Juraj Slafkovsky does. You deserve a contract north of $6 million. I don't know if it's going to be with Montreal Canadiens, unfortunately. Defenseman Jaden Struble does want to extend. He wants nearly $5 million. Jacki does not want to extend, and look at that. He wants $6.1 million. He might be the blood, sweat, and tears of this team, but oh, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. But we're going to jump in here to the draft. We don't have a top 5 pick. It's just not in the cards for us, and we don't really need to make one. What are we going to do? Add another superstar forward? We have so many. Like, I wouldn't mind adding another superstar forward, but I'd rather add a more established one here. So here we are in the 2026 NHL entry draft. We got Buffalo, Arizona, San Jose, Seattle, and Tampa rounding out that top 5. And yes, Tampa does want to move that 5th overall pick. But come on, like, think with me here. Think with me here. It would be Noah Kozik. Maybe Ryan Rubrick, Riley Boychuk. Oh, you know, Mikey Berchuk, Mason St. Louis. Oh, come on. You can't be doing that to me. How many times am I going to say something and then go right back on my word? I can't keep doing it. Is he listed as an American? Hold on a second. Oh, would he be American? Was he born? No, he's Canadian. Okay, I was thinking, like, there is a possibility if St. Louis was playing in, because I know that is Martin St. Louis' son, if I'm not mistaken. All right, it is Martin St. Louis' son, so you know what? I'm going to see here. I'm going to see. Okay, and the trade currently stands, and it's a big one. Gustav Forsling, who was our big free agency signing in our first free agency, he has been solid for us, but I think it's time to move on with all of our prospects coming up. Emil Heineman, who he's done good, but you know what? We have other prospects there. I'm running out of time here, so I'm trying to rush. We have other prospects there. And Buffalo makes the pick. It is Obergauer first overall. Let me get this trade back. All right, so again, it's Forsling, Heineman, and a second from next year's draft for the 5th overall pick. Do I think this will go through? I mean, it's a fairish trade. We're giving them a top 4 defender plus a pretty decent middle 6 option who could develop into a top 6 option and a 2nd round pick for the 5th overall pick. And you know what? Tampa's already wanting to give it up. I think this is a pretty fair option here. Let's see. Not yet. Let's see. Forsling, Heineman, a 2nd and a 4th in next year's draft, plus a 4th round pick in this year's draft. This should be enough. It is. Okay, now I know I 100% said, hey, we're not doing that. We're not going to make a big trade to get into the top 5. We did. And I think it was a fair trade. We gave up 3 picks, okay, and a top 4 defender plus a middle 6 forward who's young and could develop into a top 6 forward. That's a pretty fair pick here, and I don't even know if our guy is going to be as stellar as I think he is, but you know what? Let's hope here. Again, I kind of quick sim there. Let's just quickly go through. Gavin McKenna, 2nd overall to the Arizona Coyotes. I believe it's Vyacheslav Fyodorov? No, Victor Fyodorov to the San Jose Sharks, and then Owen Monroe, the left defender, to the Seattle Kraken. And now 5th overall here stands your Montreal Canadiens, 1 pick before the Boston Bruins, so you don't get him, but we are taking him. Left wing, right wing, from the Drummondville Voltigeurs. Oh man, I'm butchering that. With 44 goals and 47 assists in 66 games this season, we are going with Mason St. Louis. Again, we won't know what he is. He's not even listed as the depth forward, right? Oh my lord. 99 offensive awareness as an 18-year-old. Guys, he is going to light up the league for us. We didn't need any more centers, so it works perfectly that he is only a winger and he works both wings. It is a superb trade, and not only that, we retained our 27th overall pick. So we'll sim here to the 27th overall pick. I went past everybody there because I didn't really see a need to stay and go buy it. You know, we got our medium elite player here. Yes, we could have possibly traded up and got like an Igor or a Rene or a Gervais Renard, or we were looking at Rudolph. I didn't think we needed to here. I think we have a really good start in this draft. And there is Bodiger here. There is Ball here. I don't think we need another goalie. You guys can say I'm wrong, but I don't think we need another goalie. Suglobov looks good here. Aaron Gillies. Ooh, he could be a medium 9 though. Zy Ferraro is another goalie. Cyphers, Keaton Cyphers. If you're watching the Butte Bandit series, you'll know that Cyphers is a rough name for me. Joshua Pandolfo. Okay, there's also Nikolai Prokhorkin. I'm gonna, oh, you know what? Gortz looks good. He's probably a medium, or a low top 6 though. Yeah, in that range, he's probably a low top 6. And then there's nobody really guaranteed. Patolny's probably a medium 9 if I'm gonna guess. There's some low elites, Gortz, yeah. Vatanen has a higher likelihood of being a low elite than Jesper Gortz or Jay Pandolfo or Laman or Frolov or Pickarainen or Medano. You know what? Medano and Burkholz maybe. They might be okay. Oh, he's projected 2 years out, Theo Medano. Guys, I'm almost tempted to go with him 2 years out. I'm gonna go lower. I'm gonna mark him, but we're gonna wait a bit before we take him. Burkholz, he's probably a low elite. Konopka, probably a low elite. But we're gonna go here with Suglobov, Jakub Suglobov or Jacob Suglobov, one of the two. Right wing, left wing, right-handed forward, listed currently as a two-way forward. He looks pretty decent. You know, he's probably gonna take about 2 to 3 years to develop, but we'll make it work. Now is the time to take that. Now is the time to take that player, because I don't think we're gonna get another chance at him. Here we go, Theo Medano. Here, we won't know what he is until after the draft. And also, if you guys want me to turn off Fog of War, let me know and I'll do it. I got no problem with that. He's listed as an offensive defenseman, but I think he's probably going to be a defensive defenseman, which is how those attributes are looking. You know, he's already got 80s in the defensive category. Yeah, no, that looks pretty good to me. Now, I'm going to take a second here, assess the team, and see what moves I need to make. And you know what? I took a quick look. There doesn't seem to be any trades that need to be made right now. By moving out Heineman and Forsling, we've opened up a little bit of leniency in the forward group and the defensive group. And I don't need to move Emil Vinny this second. There's just no need to. So I'm going to stick with what we have right now. We're going to sim through the rest of this draft here, get the rest of our picks made, see if we can hit on any more good prospects. But aside from that, for the draft, we're wrapped up. Right now, I don't think we need to make any more picks. We will be going through the re-sign phase here to the beginning of free agency so that you guys can take a look at who's available in free agency. I'm going to take Nico Vatanen here. He looks like he's probably going to be a low elite. Yeah, but we will be taking a look at who's available in free agency, and you guys can tell me what you want me to do with the team. Again, I'm always open to suggestions, and also, you know, shameless plug time. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. It really helps me to know what content you want to see more of and to put out better content for you in the future. And yes, I have a goal set in mind now. It's going to be coming. We're going to be taking Jorge Burkholz here. Or no, maybe Samsonov. No, I don't think he's going to be good. We're going to take Jorge Burkholz here. Or George Burkholz. I'm not sure what it is. I think he'll be decent. Maybe not. I'm kind of just making the best pick available. But yes, at 100 subscribers, we're currently at 81 as it stands, but at 100, I do plan to start doing live streams again. I used to do it with my old channel, the Ken O'Fano channel. It's linked in, I believe, my description, so if you want to go give that a follow, go give that a follow. It's called Old Channel or Main Channel, and I haven't posted on it since the first week of January because I've been so wrapped up with this channel here. But again, yeah, I'm going to be planning to do some live streams here. It will be NHL based live streams, but it's more of a viewer thing. They're not going to be series. I'm not going to be recording for series that are on the channel. I'm not thinking so. I think I'm going to be doing ones that are just for the viewers, just for people like to be my assistant JMs, my AGMs. Come join me, be AGMs. But if we get to 100 subscribers, that's what I'm going to be doing. Hopefully starting as soon as we possibly can. Back to the draft now. We have the 27th pick in the 4th round. I still want to try and hit with as many picks as possible. I know I was kind of going through them a little quickly there, but I do want to try. I've never been the best at drafting. Okay, I used to be really good at it when I played this game, and I swear, if I go through like my logs, you'll see that like NHL 18 or 19, I logged like so many freaking hours of gameplay. It was stupid. It was like 120 days of gameplay in NHL 18 or 19. I'm not sure. I can pull it up if you guys ask. Maybe I'll do that for a live stream like I was talking about. But no, I used to be so good at the drafting. I'm not anymore. Just I go by the seat of my pants when I'm playing and doing drafts here. But you know, Gaspard Lacroix, I guarantee you a fringe starter. If he's not, that is such a hit. But I'm going for the goalie, Gaspard Lacroix, because I feel like he is the epitome of the French players. Like, come on, Gaspard Lacroix. That is a perfect name for a Montreal Canadiens goaltender. He will play in the NHL. He will be the Maxwell Ellison of the Montreal Canadiens series here. I am certain that Gaspard Lacroix is going to be playing in the NHL on the Montreal Canadiens within the next 10 years. I'm not going too lofty of a goal and saying like 3-4 years. 10 years is fair enough. Now we're going to jump to pick 155 here. It's not gonna be too many good players left. I mean, it doesn't look like we had any German or European scouts, but we have Josh Konopka here. Now, this is intriguing for me. C-, 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 E, D, D-. Okay, that looks like crap. He's potentially 5 years out, but you know what? That's usually what I look for when I'm looking for a medium elite player. And sometimes it's around the 140 to 170 pick mark, where I will find some medium elite players, or even some good low elite players. And Israel and McClement looks like he could be a good low elite player. You know, 5 years out might seem like a death sentence, but it's almost a guarantee that you might be dealing with a pretty decent prospect, unless it like shows AHL top 6. That's the big thing, is that if it shows elite, there's a possibility. That's the thing, there's a possibility. Now, he could still be a bottom 6. Like, look at that. Right after him is Vladimir Alexandrov, who is confirmed bottom 6. You know, here, AHL top 2, probably an AHL or a 7th defenseman for Weston here, Reese Weston. But you know, there's still some potential here. Timonen could be a low elite. You know, I'm looking here. Homie Rianis. Ooh, you know what? I just don't know who to go for. It sounded like I was going to say something interesting there, but I just don't know who to go for here. I'm probably going to go with Josh Konopka here. I'm going to go with Josh Konopka here. He could probably just be a bottom 6 or a low top 6, something like that. But we might have hit. We also might have hit. So we're going in the 6th round here. We got Reese Weston just off the board. I don't see anybody jumping out at me. Maybe Edwin Chow or Josiah Clausen. Oh, listed as an enforcer. I'm just going to take him right off the bat. You know, it's the 6th round. If we miss, we miss. And it's actually the last pick of this draft for us. So we're going to sim here. We're going to go actually through the draft, back through the draft. No, there's no point in doing that. I just realized again that we have Fog of War on, so we're not going to be able to see any of the potentials or any of the people we missed on. And you know what? That honestly makes me feel better sometimes. But we're going to jump out of this draft here. It's over for us. We've made all the picks we need to make, and we made the trades we need to make. The biggest one being Mason St. Louis at 5th and Gaspard Lacroix at 123rd. Honestly, I feel like those two are going to be hits. Burkholz could be good. Modano, I'm actually intrigued to see what he turns into be. We know Soglobov is a medium top 6 forward, but that's a pretty good draft for us. I think we stocked up the cupboards, at least with some trade pieces. But now we're going to see if the players accepted their contracts. I do have to sign the coaches to new contracts, so I'll do that as well. Let's see. I'll get that done quickly, and then we'll see if the players accept the contracts. All right, and we have given Brody Conley a new contract extension. Hopefully accepts it. I mean, 143 wins, 87 losses, 16 overtime losses, 61% points percentage, and 1 President's Trophy under his belt. Very, very good news for him. I think he has been a star coach for us. And we kind of knew it from that very first season when the team did as good as they did when they shouldn't have. You know, with a team that was mostly made up of depth forwards and depth defenders, we almost made the playoffs. But let's see here. Let's see. Marc-Andre Fleury did accept his contract exemption. Kirby Dach did as well. I've always wanted to play with a top-ranked team, so it's an easy decision to stick with an organization. Perfect. And Joshua Waugh says the exact same thing. He extended his contract. Both of them matching 5 years, $5.75 million a year. And then Fleury, I believe, was 1 year, $1 million. But that's good. That's a good start. Now let's see if anyone else's prices dropped. We are still in the market to possibly bring back an Alex Ovechkin or a Jonathan Marchessault. But let's take a look first. We're going to start with the goalies. Jake Allen, you have been a serviceable goalie for us. You have played for the Montreal Canadiens for the better part of 6 years now. Yeah, 6 years. Maybe 7. No, 6 years. Did great, especially this season when we called you up for 6 games. You were stellar for us. Absolutely stellar. I would like to bring you back, but you don't want to come back, and I think you deserve options out of other places. Goodbye, Jake Allen. Email Vinny, though. You are getting your first NHL contract. Let's go. Defenseman Jeff Petrie wants to come back. Only looking for under $1 million, so we're going to give him 1 year, $900,000. I think that's fair. Bodan, you know, I know he just had his contract terminated in real life NHL. It is unfortunate. I'm still going to bring him back. Sue me. I'm bringing him back 1 year, $850,000. Jaden Struble and Arbor Jacki are still here. Kovacevic, we're going to let you walk. Struble, what do you want now? Nah, I'm going to qualify you because you'll never accept that. But that's rough. And then Arbor Jacki. No. Yeah, we're going to qualify you as well because I don't want to lose you for nothing, but that's not a good look. That's not a good look. Jesse Alana, you're definitely getting a contract here. 3 years, $1 million works for me. Hunter Ravinsky, you're going to be gone because you were, I believe, just trade at him. Then here we go. McDonough, I'm going to let go. I don't see him producing or progressing anymore. Jan Mizak is going to get a contract extension, 2 years, $900,000. Marchessault looking for 1 year, 6.6. Ovechkin now looking for 2 years, 7.9, or 1 year, 7.8. And then Juraj Slafkovsky, still looking for way too much. Way too much. We are going to qualify Juraj Slafkovsky. I'll get the rest of the contracts handed out, and I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, all the contracts have been handed out, and I was taking a look at the prospects. I was using my little trick again, asking what they want for a contract, and if they ask for the maximum of an entry-level contract, you know that you have a decent potential there. And Modano wants 3 years, $1 million, which was what we just gave Emil Vinny. That's the max I can offer him, so that's good. Konopka, 3 years, $1 million. Klassen isn't asking for $1 million. He's asking for $900,000, so he's probably a 7th defenseman. Burkholz, though, asking for $1 million. You know, it's looking good. Let's see how Vatanen's doing. $975. So probably a low top 4 defender there. And then who's the other one? Goalie. Yes, Gaspard Lacroix, $875. Okay, so he's actually asking for lower than the league minimum, or just above league. He's asking for $855,000. So he's not going to be too good. He's not going to be too good here. But you know what? That's not too bad. I think we hit pretty well. I've offered out a whole bunch of contracts. Let's go through this first round of signings here and see who comes back. And our coach is back. Brody Conley will be accepting the role. He'll be staying for another 5 years, making $8.3 million a year. And then DeAndre Umberger, our assistant coach, does come back for 3 more years at under $1 million. Trent Frederick accepts. Jeff Petrie accepts. Jesse Alonen accepts. Bodin accepts. Mizak accepts. Barre Boulet, Vini, Kapanen. Everyone accepts. We just have to offer contracts possibly to Ovechkin or Marchessault, and I'm really tempted to bring back Marchessault. I'm really tempted. What we're going to do is the same thing we did last time. I know this is getting on to be a bit of a longer video here. We're going to go to the 29th and see who's available at free agency. Okay, so pending free agents, we're going to go here and see who hasn't signed a contract yet, and that'll help us determine what we're doing. So if I'm going by role for forwards, Morgan Frost, he's probably going to be a UFA because he's 27. He's looking pretty good. Marchessault and Ovechkin are 2 of the top 5 players available, though, when it comes to forwards. There's Yegor Shorengovich, Yarncrow, Lee, Evander Kane, Mike Bunting. You know, there's a lot of, like, middle 6 forwards, even, like, Alex Iafallo and Adam Lowry. Bringing them in for that 4th line, I wouldn't mind throwing some money at them, and I probably, honestly, will. Even Scott Laughton, bringing him in as well. I love, you guys know, if you watch the channel, you watch the other series, I love Scott Laughton. I love Scott Laughton. Bringing Joel Armia back, Igor Sokolov, Cole Schwint. There's a whole bunch of depth options. Nobody's standing out as a star. When it comes to forwards, I don't know anybody that's coming up necessarily this season aside from Seth Shelley and maybe Jan Mizak. That determines where we kind of need what we need to do with Jonathan Marchessault. So defensively, again, we have prospects coming up, and it's only really Fowler and Klingberg, both of them north of 30. It's not a big draft. It's not a big free agency year. It's just not. Goalies, maybe? Yeah, you got veterans again. So Bobrovsky, Francouz, maybe a Lehkonen, or a Kakkonen, or a Wedgwood, or a Lankinen, or a Leonard. Some options, but nothing screaming out at me that I need to free up cap space and keep the cap space open. So I'm going to see here, do we even need the likes of a Jonathan Marchessault if we look at our forwards? We have Suzuki, Caulfield, Slafkovsky, Newhook, Waugh, Doc, Farrell. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then Seth Shelley, 8. And then who else needs to go to the top 9? Maybe a Yalanen. I really liked him in the top 9 when he was there. Jan Mizak's probably going to be ready, and with his speed, his shot, and his offensive awareness, yeah, we got to get him to the top 9. You know what, guys? I think this is the year. I think this is the year. Jonathan Marchessault still listed as a second line forward. He has done great for us. I would love to bring him back. I just don't want to sign somebody that I'm not going to play. I mean, we still even have Brandon Gallagher, and he's still with the team. I don't see a place for Alex Ovechkin. I don't see the Great 8 fitting and returning with us. I think it's time to release him. Again, he's asking for a decent amount of money, but I don't see him working to come back with us, especially with all the players that we have coming up. So we're going to release Alex Ovechkin. And you know what? I do want to bring back Marshall. So people are a little upset that I let go of Ovechkin. I want to bring back Marshall so I could give him a 1-year, $6.5 million contract. And if it doesn't work out, I'll just move him out. I think it's fair at that point. It's not like we're just signing a free agent to flip him. He's been with us for 2 years. He's done great for 2 years. We're going to give him 1 year, $6.5 million. If he accepts that, that's fine. If he doesn't accept that offer, I will just let him walk. We'll see what happens here. Sim this day. And yeah, he's not happy here. That's what he said last season. So Marchessault, you've done great for us. You don't like playing on that third line. I understand. Have fun finding a contending team. I know you will. You've been great for us. I mean, what do you have? Like 127 points in 2 seasons with us? No, like 136 points in 2 years with us. He did amazing. Did amazing. No doubt. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer in the NHL. But we're gonna let you go here. And then that leaves us here: Slavkovsky, Arbor Jacki, and Jaden Struble. Again, I don't want to give Slavkovsky north of $6 million. I'm gonna give him another 1-year contract. 1 year, $5.75 million. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I could try to do 5 years at $5.75 like the other 2 contracts, but he's not gonna accept that. He's asking for 6.6. It's just not gonna work. So 1 year, $5.75. I think that'll work. Maybe I'll do 3 years. Keep him an RFA. If he accepts that, that'd be great. If not, oops, unfortunate. Then there's Struble. I'm not offering you that. We're waiting for those prices to drop, or if somebody offers a contract. But let's go. Free agency coming right up. And Slavkovsky takes the 3 years, $5.75. That works out for me. I said I didn't want to give him more than $6 million. I didn't give him more than $6 million, and we got him to a little bit of term here. Okay, so if he doesn't work out, he is a prime trade chip. Just keep that in mind. Juraj Slavkovsky is still listed as a high elite prime trade chip here. Jumping into free agency, though, I don't think there's... Where were these guys before? What? Trouba, Anderson, Chychrun, Matheson's back. Susie, Ferraro, Peak. None. I didn't see these guys. Did you see these guys? I didn't see these guys before. What are you looking for? 8.3 million. I have so much money to hand out. And then the big name, Elias Pettersson. Did you guys see that before? I didn't see that before. Holy crap, bringing Elias Pettersson to the Montreal Canadiens would be a stellar thing to do. He's only 27 years old. He's asking for the sun and the moon, but we can kind of afford that currently. And then UC saw, oh my. Gustafsson. We're definitely giving Philip Gustafsson a contract. I'm sorry. He's listed as a starter asking for under $3 million, under $2.5 million. There's no doubt. Holy crap. 2A players, nothing looking good there. Quickly, just going to go through defensemen. Nothing looking good there. Maybe Dansk. Maybe Dansk. And then forwards, actually Paul Cotter. Holy crap, he's decent too. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up here because this looks insane. We have so many good players available here. Morgan Frost, Elias Pettersson. Yes, we have Marchessault and Ovechkin. And then defensively, Chychrun and Anderson, the 2 of them, we become a dominant team. I wouldn't mind bringing in 2 defenders and letting everyone else go. Like when I say like letting everyone else go, I mean like letting Morgan Frost and Elias Pettersson not join the Montreal Canadiens. But like, come on. Chychrun and Anderson would be insane for us. But again, that would knock Ezra Rabbit and Logan Hensler out of a spot. And with Hudson already doing great, Reinbacher, Goodley, guys, I don't even know if we need any of those guys. I don't even know. Let's take a look at expiring contracts. It's a bit of a marathon video, but I wanted to give you guys a juicy one. Reinbacher and Newhook both needed contract extensions. Not looking for too much. I'm going to get those done in between videos. Yeah, I can easily accept both those contracts. And then Carrier, Evans, Gallagher, Pinard, Hudson. Oh, Hudson. Oh. Yeah, guys, we might hold off the market. But I don't know. You guys let me know thank you guys so much for joining me. This has been a blast. If you guys like this video, please leave a like down below. Again, that's my shameless plug earlier. You guys have been helping me so much and supporting me, and if we get to 100 subscribers, I will start streaming. We're only 19 away currently. Thank you guys so much. This has been a blast, and in the next video, we will go through free agency, and we'll get a large chunk of the regular season done. Probably about 10, 15, 20 games. I don't know. That seems like a large chunk. Like a quarter is a pretty large chunk, honestly. But we'll get that done in the next video. You guys have been awesome. What a great series of events that happened here in this video. I'm losing my mind because some of those names I was not expecting. We're probably not going to jump in on any of them with how many players we have, including like Seth Shelley, Caulfield, Brian Backer, Slavkovsky. You know, like, yeah, we could upgrade on Caden Gooley. He's signed to a hefty contract. I don't think we need to. You guys let me know. Let me know in the comments. I want to hear everything. Thank you guys so much. This has been a blast, and I'll see you guys in the next one.